What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Well at Effin' Figures. Here with Joe. We got a special show planned tonight. Little out of nowhere. We have a guest. We just planned this last night, so we're just gonna rock with it and see what happens. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Long week, but short week, so it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm tired, man. Yeah, how about
Yeah,
you?
I feel you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
tired too.
yeah. Day off
But
Monday, and it feels like a long ass week to me. But yeah,
yeah,
so
I can agree with that. It does feel like a long week. I really haven't done much this week either. I mean, I've
me
done
either.
like I really haven't done any toy hunting. I went out, I did like two stores, didn't really
Yeah,
find anything.
there's nothing
Watched
I'm really looking for right now. It's pathetic right now. I had it in my hand a few times and I put it down, but I want that mummy accessory kit,
Oh yeah.
and then I want the Last of Us 2 pack when it comes out and hits targets here. But other than that, there's really nothing that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I want that stuff too, but like I'll probably push it off for a while because it's not
Yeah,
stuff that'll be hard to find.
yeah, it's
So
not a big deal. That's why I'm not really worried about it. But so
I've
it's
been
like,
more I've been getting stuff more so on the internet that that's not in stores anymore. I don't know, nothing new right now. Just I mean, besides the retro TMNT line, but I mean even that
yeah, for me, I don't know. I had a couple of hot toys I wanted to unbox. I unboxed Spider Man last night. It came out pretty good. I liked it. Um, nice little diorama with it. Um, yeah, but other than that, I haven't opened my Captain America yet. I'm still want to get that open and put that. And I got some things behind the scenes I'm working on with someone else. And if that happens, that should be a real fun opportunity for me. So just waiting to see. It's getting finalized, but hopefully it works out, and that should be really fun. But you hear more about that if it happens. But other than
oh, you
that, yeah,
got
man,
Mega Demon.
yeah, Mega
Yeah,
Demon,
we'll still be on Sunday.
yeah, for sure.
We're trying to add more shows during
Yeah,
the week.
we wanted to go on here and talk a little bit tonight about a couple things, nothing crazy, but then we also wanted to get our boy Dre on here, and we didn't want him to wait well into February to do this, so wanted to do that. Let's bring him in. What do you think?
Yep,
Let's bring him in.
definitely.
I know me and him want to talk
Fuck it, we'll
about.
leave them out. No,
Yeah, yeah, leave him back there. He can wait.
Oh,
What's
true.
up,
I go
brother?
back. I'll go back to there. Hey, brothers, love you
What's
guys. How you
going
doing?
on? Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
I'm
Welcome.
good. Surviving, man. Miss Disney World, and I was sad because I was up last night for an hour editing just the Hollywood Studios footage that I had taken on my iPhone. So I had to upload it to Google Drive, then get on my computer, get all the different videos together, make an opening for it, make the whole thing, and then I was just like, man, I missed this. This was such a great vacation. I gotta wait another year. Oh well.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely trying to get there this year too. I just got to see how things pan out. The first part of the year is going to be a little rough, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully it works out good, and my dad gets through his procedure smoothly.
Prayers and good vibes. Prayers and
Thanks,
good vibes.
brother. Thank you.
Love you too, man.
Yeah, we're positive on it. He's ready to get it done and over with, and once that happens, I can refocus and try to get my mind straight again. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But that's number one right now. Get him straight, and then see what happens from there. But
Exactly. I know that, man. Family, like we got back. I told you my wife had food poisoning
mm,
literally the day after, like the day we were supposed to leave, the night before.
yeah,
She's sick, and she was like, "Hey, I don't feel well," and I was like, "Okay, well, if you don't feel well, we can't leave." So we had to go stay off property by Universal, and fun time.
I can think of worse places to be stuck than Florida. So glad she's all right, but it worked out. You got an extra day. I know you didn't get to have much fun that day, most likely, but
Honestly, so me and the girls, we decided to go around Orlando because we didn't have any. We were going to go to Universal, me, Lana, and Rory, and then I was like, you know what? My joints were hurting. I was just not feeling good. Like I wasn't physically feeling up to like going to Universal without my wife. I felt like we were here as a family. As bad as I wanted to go, and I could have gone and mead and walked around the Wizarding World. I was like, nah, I can't do that. So, we went around and toy hunted. I got,
mhm.
some. I showed you guys. I got the ultimate brick or the supreme brick baker. I scored. What was it? Jeb, the Black Series Jeb, and I'm trying to think what else. I can't. The picture I showed you guys. Whatever. I know video. Oh, Funko Pop with a T-shirt for my daughter.
Mhm.
And I
Did you
got
go?
the
Did you go to Super Gabby's?
No, because I told you this before I left.
I think you did, but
If I went there, my wife would have left me there in one of the storage lockers.
I can
So,
actually not think of a better place to be left than Super Gabby's storage
shit,
locker. To be honest with you,
you would have had
that
me
fucking
live
place is
live
amazing.
streaming with the belts, all his
Yeah.
belts and the jerseys. I would have had a new jersey every day.
If we do go this year, I'm definitely. I already messaged him. I said, when I come down, can I check it out? He was like, yeah, let me know. I messaged him already. And you know what? I might even try to get him on here. That would be pretty fucking cool. But
He's
yeah,
so open to coming
yeah,
on people's streams. Like I've seen him on Matt Cardona's. I've seen him on Ethan Page. I've
yeah,
seen him on like what was it when Seth was doing it with What's Poppin'.
yeah,
And I know he carries such cool shit. It's
yeah, he
just like
does.
to me, I was like, I know if I go there, I'm leaving with a title belt. Because that's all I really care is that he had like some of the old belts, and I was like, you know what? Cody's planning to bring back the eagle, the winged eagle
Yeah.
belt, and I'm like, that'd be a nice belt to get. And
Hmm.
I was like, I had the debit card, and the wife
Yeah.
would have just
Well,
been
there's only
like,
one problem. You either get the belt or you bring the wife home. You got to make your choice, right?
exactly. And it was like, I got to go home with her.
I've always
Yeah.
I've always wanted to, and someday I'm going to get a custom uh, championship belt made for myself.
You know, there's one belt. There's one belt that I was so close to buying at Second Chance Toys was the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, like the one that Ric Flair had back in the day. I love
10
that
pounds
belt.
of gold.
I
See,
love
I
that
want to
belt.
get
Yeah,
my own custom one done though. I don't want no belt that was on there on the
you can get the
programming.
Well That
I'm
Effing
gonna get
Figures
my
World Heavyweight
own.
Championship. Yeah, there
I've
you go.
always wanted. I'm gonna do it someday. Someday I'm gonna get a custom belt made.
They're not that expensive when you think about it. Like, okay, so if you go to like WWE, their like shop, their titles are like $400. You go
Hmm.
to AEW, it's $700 for their world title, and I think
Hmm.
their tag belts are like $800. So
Yeah.
like you're paying a lot. Now, if you go to get a custom belt, it's anywhere from like I think 200 starting, and it goes upwards to as much as whatever you're going to put the material, actual gold, rhinestones, and all, or anything that you put on it. So I've done my homework to get like a custom made belt, and I was like, no, because when I was going to
Hmm.
become teacher of the year, my wife, I told her, I said, I'm going to either buy a championship or make a custom one. And when I found out the price of the custom one I wanted, I was like, it'd probably be cheaper to buy the AEW belt.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know, but
speaking of wrestling, I can't go any further without saying, and I don't want to dwell on this too long because it's a very sad situation. But um, Jay Briscoe passed away yesterday in a really bad accident, and his daughters are in the ICU in pretty bad shape. So I just want to, best wishes to them on getting better, and rest in peace because he did entertain me for a really, really long time. And and he's close to home. He's another Delawarean like my originally. And I'm from Delaware, and yeah, it hurts to see somebody that you watch all your life, and then just at a blink of an eye with a crazy accident like that. So rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. I just wanted to say that really quick. I don't want to dwell, but yeah, it's very sad for his daughters as well and his wife and the whole family. So
yeah, my wife is not a wrestling fan, but for her to like take to heart when I talked about what happened, because I met Jay on
mhm.
several different occasions here in Charlotte when they ROH was its own independent company, and they
Mhm.
used to wrestle at Cabarrus Arena. And I got to meet Jay and Mark. I met them in Atlanta at Center Stage. when Cody was actually part of the promotion and the
Mhm.
Bullet Club. I thought it was really cool when Matt Jackson came out yesterday and they had the bands around their arms and he went like this, like he actually like kissed the sky and he looked up and I was like, to me that was like my moment of like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like that the Bucks took that second to like acknowledge one of their greatest rivals inside a Ring of Honor. So
Yeah, the sad part was, and like I said, I don't want to, I don't, but last night what they did on AEW, I thought was not very classy of them. I think they just flashed. Tony Khan owns ROH, and he just flashed a little picture of Jay for 2 seconds on the screen, and never mentioned it again. This is one of your tag team champions. I think you got to do better than that. I know Time Warner Discovery didn't want that. And
because they said that it wasn't. They were never on They were never aired on TV, and they said that the other issue was Jay's comments
from
about
10 years ago.
his homophobic comments about.
But you know what? All that aside, I mean, there's not one person out there that has not made a comment about something that someone else does not like.
Mm-hmm.
If people hear half the shit I say, even at work, I mean, people are like, what the fuck are you saying that? I mean, it's like, people say shit all the time. I've made mistakes, and people always say when you make mistakes, you deserve a second chance. And I don't think that should just be for some people. I think that should be for everybody. And it sucks to have this happen before people, talk good about somebody. It's always like that, though. You don't hear anybody talk good about anyone until they're gone, and then they were so good. Let's make that happen when you're alive.
When Kobe Bryant died, they had to start bringing back up the shit that he went through. I mean,
and that's sad. I mean, it's always it's like you said, you don't ever want to really dwell on it, but it's one of those things that people we never remember the positives. It's always like, oh well, look what he said and did. I had positive interactions with him. I even almost had him push me out of my seat or land in my seat because he was going after Marty Skrull from a tag match. So, for me, it was like, yeah, he's a scary dude, but he was really chill, down to earth, and my prayers go out to his family and to his daughters. You're gone too soon. And I hope that Ring of Honor actually does when Tony Khan said that they're planning to do like a bunch of mini tributes, especially up to Supercard in March, that they're going to do something really big for him. I'm hoping it's some sort of like commemorative tag team tournament.
That would be good.
Crown new champions. I think that would be cool. And then Mark gives the belts to them. I think that would be even cooler because it shows that like you still respected Mark enough to take the belts and hand them to the new champions. I think that'd be a cool thing to do. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's what our boy TK says. So
we'll see. And that's the thing. Like, I wish more people could be like, we got a little small group that we're really close. We haven't met each other in person, but we're always asking each other how we are, telling each other we love you. We want the best for each other. I wish a lot of people would be like that more than waiting until it's too late to say something good about somebody. So, and it's a shame it's like that.
It really is. And it's something that, I was talking to another toy collector recently because like you guys were saying in your video, you noticed that there was all these new toy collectors. Well, a guy I've been friends with for a while reached out to me and he and I were talking and he was like, how's your family? I heard that, I saw a couple of your videos and, I heard that you guys were really sick. And I was like, well, yeah. He said, I was like, I'm glad that you reached out to me. Like, and we just started talking and it's like, you find out there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of cool things that are you have. And it's weird that it took this long for us to have that sort of conversation, but maybe it was like, I believe that some things happen for a reason and he was put in my path for that reason, and like you said, I like the group now. I like a small group dynamic because I can focus my attention on the few good people I got than 500 people. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Royal Rumble's coming up.
I'm excited. my boy Cody's coming back. I already know who's gonna win it. It's gonna be Cody, obviously.
I just wish they wouldn't announce him coming back. Just let it be a surprise. I hate when they do things like they're already sold out, so they didn't do it for that.
No,
They
I think they're
tend
trying to take
ruin
the
things
heat
anymore,
off of Vince. They're taking the heat
I
off of
guess.
Vince.
Yeah,
Because
but he may be in more hot water now that
the lawsuit from Chicago opened up.
Well, not only that, but what Nick Khan said today, or yesterday on an interview, I was listening to another podcast, and he said something about we all knew, knowing Vince McMahon, that he was going to come back. So when he said that, what that does is open the floodgates for investors saying that he was messing with the stock market by leaving and coming back. He was tweaking it himself by doing that. So he can get in some hot water for that, from what I heard on this podcast. I'm not
that could
smart
be
with all
insider
that
trading.
shit, but
It'd
it
be
could be.
considered
It could be.
From just basic economics that I taught and in hearing a lot of what I heard today, that
Mhm.
would be considered insider trading because he himself received
Manipulating it. Yeah.
and he's manipulating the stock because he has stock options.
Yeah.
Because as I guess co-president or now president, sole president now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he has stock options. So does Triple H. So does Stephanie. Even though Stephanie left and resigned, she still has stock options.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have a vested interest in this sale. You know, so
I just think with the bad press, he says I'm leaving. Stock goes up. Everything is going good. He comes back, and now once you mention the word sale, but it stays up because you mentioned the word sale. And Nick Khan was like, I don't even think he's really desperately trying to sell it. He's just trying to drive that back up again. So I don't know. We'll see what comes out of this. But I think the lawyers are probably scrambling like, what the fuck? Like, we could probably get him on this now and add to all the rest of the shit that he's going through. I really don't want him to come back. I know he's back. It's horrifying
he's going to be there
to me.
this week coming. He already said that he's going to be in Philly. There he said for Raw 30, he's coming out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like not going to. There's been several people saying they don't want to watch that. Even the people in the attendance were like, I'm going to walk out.
Yeah, well, you know, if that's what it takes. That or not buying their merch anymore, because that's where it's going to hurt them the most.
Carlos, no.
No, I don't think he
That's
can't.
a Vince. That's Vince doing that. Vince would have him come in at 30 and win.
The Rock is coming back. The Rock is coming back because they already put his merch out, new merch, and they already said the whole Bloodline family's coming out. That's how they're going to get him the match against Roman, probably for the Universal belt, and then Cody will win the Royal Rumble and go for the other belt. And Roman will fight both nights at WrestleMania, and most likely keep the Universal from the Rock, and then lose the wing title belt. Then
he'll lose the
Cody.
SmackDown. He'll lose the WWE title, which
the
is
Raw one,
which is the Raw one to Cody.
Yeah.
Cody will stay on Raw. Then that'll be, which is good because I think once Cody's back, I mean, granted he had a big injury. Cody stays, you know, and he keeps that belt. You could have him feud with so many good people. I know Judgment Day is going to take the Raw tag titles. I don't
really don't. I don't want them to. I thought it was going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to do that.
I think that's going to be SmackDown. I think Kevin Owens they're going to do like that little, hey, everybody's going to make the draft. They're going to do the draft after Mania, and then they're going to have KO go to SmackDown with Sami Zayn, and then the two of them will go after the Usos, take their SmackDown tag belts, go off there.
They could. I mean, right now, like, there's no more Monday Night Football. Last week was, I think, the first time they ever did a playoff on Monday night, which, you know, they didn't really put full effort into the show. I think now they have no excuse. They have to put 100% into all these shows coming forward up till WrestleMania and beyond, because if they don't, they're going to lose a lot of – I mean, I think they're going to lose a lot of interest because now there's no excuse. There's no competition on Monday night now.
And
There's
there
no
really
football.
isn't. And I know that they're trying to talk about like the stock options for trying to justify all the shit going on with like Fox. Like they just said SmackDown's actually costing Fox 10 times more than what they paid for, what they should be paying for it. Like they paid 20 something. It's supposed to be like $20 million, and it's like $208 million it's costing them. And the ad revenue is only $47,000 for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So take that into account. Super Bowl is millions. for 30 seconds per 30
Mhm.
seconds,
Yeah,
and
it's crazy. Yeah.
you're talking only 47,000 and a primetime slot on a big primetime sports network.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Switching a little bit now. Did anybody watch the Last of Us premiere? I
I
thought it was
did.
really good. I loved it.
I'm gonna tell you, as a person who played both the games and loved both the games, it
Hmm.
felt like I was
Felt like you're
playing
playing
a
the
video
game.
game.
Yeah.
100%. I think
Cool.
it was a great. I think they paid attention to the lore
Hmm.
extremely well.
Good.
I think they flavored the universe like the way you should do any good horror. And I'm talking to
Mhm.
two of my brothers who love horror, so obviously I know you two definitely would have taken it through a fine tooth comb like I did. And I think that the clickers were the ones that we didn't get to see them yet, but we only saw the one that was dead already on the wall,
Mhm.
and I loved it. Like
Yeah.
I love that they paid attention to that detail, and we've gotten a glimpse of what's to come.
Well, the
You
Yeah.
world
know,
looks like
so
it's been over for 20 years. You know,
it looked good though.
not like
Honestly,
The
like
Walking Dead where they got like fucking cut grass going down the middle of the.
oh yeah, it's like come on, man.
lawn.
Like it's been like what, like 10 years, 10,
Yeah,
15 years in The Walking Dead, and like there's very little overgrowth. There's like
yeah.
It's
there's no
AstroTurf.
trees. Exactly. It's like I know you guys film in Atlanta and in north parts of North Carolina. Come on, guys. Like make me believe. Get a
Yeah.
dilapidated house. People don't need to have running water and electricity because somehow they found a generator. I mean, man, I like The Last of Us, but they have their own currency. Like 20
Yeah.
years, it showed you how different the world became.
And that the first episode is like spot on, exactly like the opening of the game. Like
Oh yeah.
you can line them up, and they're like dead on.
And I
Even
can't
with
wait to
his
see. I
daughter,
can't wait
he
to
was
see.
holding his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see number two. I can't wait.
Oh, dude, somebody
Um.
leaked online. They were like, "Oh yeah," on somebody on a Facebook group I was in. They were like, "Oh yeah, I saw episode 2," and they were like, "Are you serious?" They're like, because like we all looked. Episode 1 is no one's leaked episode 2, unless
Mhm.
you were a screener, because they said that people that got to see the screener got to see the first 3 episodes.
I'll wait, man. I don't want to. I don't care about that. I'll wait.
I know.
I'll tell you
This
what.
is
I'll
what
tell
it is.
you
I'll
what.
wait.
As usual, Pedro Pascal, man, he is fucking amazing. He did such a
Kills it.
good job with that part, man. I mean, that goes without saying. You know, my band, The
He
Mandalorian.
kills
Oh
Joel.
man, he's
He
awesome,
kills.
dude.
He
Yeah,
kills Joel. Like
yeah,
I think he did a fantastic job, and it's low key that you see him have those skill set of being a soldier from Operation Desert Storm. Like that was something that I caught because I rewatched the episode again to see if I missed anything, and then I was
yeah. I'm
like,
gonna do the same thing.
when you go and look at Boston
Hmm.
and you see that, you can now correlate the skill set of like having the go bag. Like you could tell that there was more to what his military training was
Hmm.
than what we saw.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
his brother too. Like because his brother obviously had some military training, because that sniper shot that he took, woo, man, that was clean.
It's
yeah,
gonna be it's
yeah,
gonna be a good series for
yeah. I
sure.
can't wait. It should be on for many years to come. It looks like it should be really good.
And
Mega Demon,
if you've never played the video game, I suggest playing it. It's
I
play the
have it
first one.
upstairs. I have it.
fucking
Yeah,
You
amazing.
got to play the first one, then play the second one. I think they're
yeah.
both good. So Mega Demon Collect says, he says, "What's your most anticipated movie you want to see in 2023?"
I don't know. I really
I
want
don't
to see
have
Red
one.
or Moon though.
Hmm.
That's one I really want to see.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, there's 7 comic book movies this year,
Hmm.
5 of which are Marvel.
I'm pretty much
And
done with all that.
you know, I mean, Ant-Man and Quantumania. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. As far as like one that I'm actually really, really wanting to see, and it's almost like odd that I'm saying this like this, is The Flash, because they said it was so good that they touted it as being better than Wonder Woman, which set a precedent for Warner Brothers movies.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see it now. Like it's like on my list of like I need to go see it.
Yeah. Well,
Like I want to see
my
all
take. I've
those.
been done with all that shit.
I want to see all those movies, but I'm not like dying to see them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
watch
Yeah,
them when they
I
hit
think
the streaming
we're
services.
so
I'll watch them. But like,
I don't think there's anything I'm dying to see at all. Like I'm just gonna focus
I want
on.
to see Rebel Moon really bad. That looks
yeah,
fucking
Rebel
cool.
Moon, and that's Zack Snyder. I was like, ooh.
Mhm.
You know,
Looks good.
I mean, all the stuff that they've leaked. I mean, like we know Jason Momoa. No, after he's since they killed the Snyder universe of DC, R.I.P. Um, Momoa is now going to be in Fantastic Four, and they're saying an undisclosed role. I was like, cough thing. I
Mhm.
was like, put him as the Thing. I mean, he's big, he's muscled. I think he would look. I think it would be a cool part for him to play. But you know, I kind of. I mean, the Marvels, my wife wants to go see because that's Captain Marvel's her favorite. You know, I mean, I'm more excited for the TV shows that are coming out this year on Disney Plus than I am the movies, because the movies, it's like we know it's phase 5 and we already know what's gonna be happening, because if you follow the principle of each movie, we know we're gonna see Ant-Man. Like, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, folks. If you haven't figured out, Ant-Man's dying in this movie.
Mhm.
Like, he's gotta die. If he doesn't, it's like they're killing somebody big in this movie, because they've already said that the precedent has to be set that this is going to be the turn of aliens coming to Earth, taking over, and New World Order, Captain America ends that, and then it's Secret Wars. So we're having more aliens show up. So the theme is
Yeah.
aliens, and we know it's got to end with somebody dying, and if not many people dying. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the shows I'm trying to catch up with. The Last of Us. I mean, I'm gonna keep watching that. Um,
Oh, and I'm
you
really
when that
excited
comes out.
for Napoleon, the new Ridley Scott movie. I love Ridley Scott
oh yeah, Ridley
history.
Scott's amazing.
Yeah, and he's doing the movie on Napoleon. I love his history movies. They're fucking awesome.
Well, he just is a great director. It's like
Yeah,
he knows how to tell a story, and then he gives you he knows how to, and this just comes from his experience with Alien and Gladiator and like just everything. He's like Scorsese to me. You know, like when you look at how he weaves the story and how he weaves the music into the scenes, you feel drawn in. You
oh
know,
yeah,
like you're definitely gonna love it. And I mean, Napoleon being the character that he was in history, as a historian myself, you know, I want to see it regardless. I just want to see Ridley Scott's take on it, because I know it's going to be a little darker, a little grittier. It's going to have an edge to it that only he knows how to put in his movies. So
yeah. I'm looking forward to that stuff. Like, I don't get me wrong, I want to see the Marvel movies and stuff. It's just, dude, we've just been fucking nailed with so much in the last how many years.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's just getting whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Transformers, the
I'm
Beast Wars
saying.
movie, that I
So
do
I'm
want
not
to go.
even that excited for that either. Like, that's another one. Like, we've seen it
Yeah.
so many times. Like,
Well, we've had a break. We've had a break. Look, it's like a relationship. We were on a break with Michael Bay.
I want to see new stuff. I'm sick of seeing the
I
same
saw you guys'
shit
video about that.
over
That
and
shit made me
over
laugh,
again.
because I 110% agree with both of you guys. Like, my wife she loves to read, and she always, like, whenever there's a book turned movie, like where the crawdads sing, because I bought the book for her. She read the book, and then I got her the DVD, and she was watching it, and she's like, "Is it good?" And she's like, "It's it almost meets where the book is." And I'm like, "How do you feel about Hollywood?" And she feels the same way. She's like, "Where are the original ideas?" You know,
Mhm.
it's a risk. Like, I just saw a trailer for something that I think you both would be interested in. It's done by a first time Spanish director called the Husuera. And it's called The Bone Lady, translated from Spanish, and it's a scary take on a woman's pregnancy, and like how this girl tries to get pregnant. Her and her boyfriend finally get pregnant, but like she's got this nervous tick about cracking her knuckles and the bone crunching sounds. And I mean, like I was like, man, it supposedly debuted in Canada about a month or so ago, and it like did amazing.
Hmm.
And like a lot of people are touting it to be it's not like, they don't know why this mystical force was hunting her. That's like the one bad thing, but they said that the movie for an hour and a half does it. So I was like, all right, I gotta check that out. I was like, that's one of those movies that, like, if I could find it online, I'll watch it, or if it hits the streaming services, I'll check it out. Because what am I gonna lose? An hour and a half? Not like 4 hours of like if you watch a bad movie that's long. You watch an hour and a half. Oh, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've heard us say it over and over again. I'm just tired of the same old stuff over and over again.
I beat a dead horse. I say.
Like, don't get me wrong. They end up being good movies and stuff, but it's just I don't get that excitement from it anymore because we've seen
But
it.
nobody does.
And they're done.
Think about it. I haven't seen Avatar yet, and my daughter saw it with her biological father. They went and saw it in Florida, and when we were down there, I was gonna go see it. Like I was about to go get the tickets at the theater in Disney Springs. And I said, screw it. My wife's like, I'm not sitting through 3.5 hours. And I was like, man, the baby ain't gonna make it. Lana's not gonna make it. She's gonna fall asleep, and I probably will fall asleep. I was like, man, I'll just wait until it hits Disney Plus. When it hits Disney Plus, I'll watch it for free. And that's it. I mean, granted, have I heard that it's beautiful to see on the screens? Yes. Have I heard that it's amazing in several other ways? Yes. Does it do what it should do to make a sequel stand on its own? Yes. But again, it is a sequel from like 9 years ago.
Yeah. And the one thing the first one had is, it was made with, it was filmed in 3D, so it had this beautiful new technology. Like, okay, yeah, we're getting better picture and stuff, but it doesn't give us that this brand new thing, like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's not shiny anymore.
And that's the other thing too. 9 years later, like, you should have, you should have tried a lot harder to get it out sooner because. I want to see it, but I'm not like dying to see it.
See, dude, I feel the exact same way. I'm like, my wife was laughing because when we got back, I was like, she was at home with the girls sick, and all three of them were sick, and I was feeling fine. I was like, honey, you mind if I go to the movies? And I looked at the Regal app to see if I had a free ticket, and I was like, nah, I don't got a free ticket because I was willing to go for a free movie ticket to go see it. I was like, if I got my 16,000 points, I'll go. Man, I didn't have the 16,000 points. I was like 4,000 short. I'm like, fuck it.
I wouldn't even go see it with a free ticket. I'm just not into it at all. I had never seen part one.
Really? It's not bad. It's not.
I just have no. I had it. I'm lying. I had it on in the background one day as I was doing something, but nothing caught me like to watch it. It was just I had it as background noise.
It's a beautiful movie. It's. I mean,
first. Just not something I'm into. So I don't think I'll ever sit there and give that much time to that. I had it on in the background, like I said, and nothing really struck me to say, stop what you're doing and go watch it, because it looks, I don't know. It's just not for me.
Let me ask you this, since I know that we're talking about a lack of originality with Hollywood. Let's look at it from a different perspective. Let's go from the big screen to the small screen. What about Gotham Knights, the new TV show that CW's getting, where they got Castiel from Supernatural to be, I think, Harvey Dent on the show, and just from the trailer, it piqued my interest. Again, I'm a Batman slut, so I'll watch it regardless. But
even that, we just had the Gotham show, like we had.
No. See, Gotham is no. Gotham.
It doesn't matter. It's still that whole thing. Like,
no, it's not. It's a different Gotham.
But it's still that story. It's not like it's some new fucking.
No, it is. Gotham Knights is all about what if Batman's dead, would the four of them rise up?
But Batman's not in Gotham either, so I mean, it doesn't have to have Batman in it. It's still that world.
He is in Gotham. I mean, I hate the TV show. I hate Jada Pinkett Smith ruined it for me, and I hated that show because I said if you called it GCPD, Gotham City Police, I would be like yes, because it was the Gordon show. It was all about Jim Gordon. With Gotham Knights, I'm a little bit more hopeful because it plays more into the superhero trope, which I'm more into, and it's gonna spotlight characters that like Red Hood that you only really see if you watch the DC shows like Titans, because I think Titans did a great job on Jason Todd. I think they did a great job with Nightwing and Starfire and all them. I'm hoping that because CW owns that license, that they'll like kind of bring those same characters into this show as kind of like the Arrowverse did, like where they had that crossover. That's what I'm hoping, but again, it's like TV shows fail because they did, what was it, the Winchesters last year, and that show was fucking terrible. The prequel to to Supernatural. Like I was like, no. I tried to give that show. I gave that show 5 episodes, and it failed every episode.
No comment. I have.
What, Dave? You gonna slap me? You gonna slap me like Chris Rock?
I just have nothing to say about the Batman. Yeah, you better watch it because I think Dave said if you say something about Jada,
I know.
bam,
I'm gonna get.
boom.
Yeah, but then what? What?
Look out.
He'll ban himself for 10 years on YouTube.
Yeah, I think he's beyond YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah, he don't give a shit about this.
The Winnie the Pooh
Yeah, I can't speak
film.
on that on that show. I don't know. I got a lot of catching up to do on other shows. I can't even look at new ones. Like, The Last of Us is one though that I will keep up with.
I will
not fall behind on that.
I pretty much stick to HBO. Like, those are my type of shows right there.
Yeah, now that I got HBO Max, I'm gonna,
flooded with.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill with HBO Max for a while because I just got it, and I got it just for Last of Us. But I know there's a whole lot of other things on there I want to see. So
I mean,
even if I'll go watch The Sopranos again before anything else. I mean, that was my show.
Dude, I actually want to get my wife to watch Sopranos. I told her she would like it because I think because she's into those intellectual style shows, and I'm like, Sopranos is that. I said it's such an intellectual. She's like, yeah, but it's all that hyper mafia violence. I'm like, no, it's not. I said that's like such a background thing. It's all about Tony's relationship with his therapist and his family. Yeah. I said that is the bread and butter of that show, and it had me hooked. And I'm absolutely love that show. Would love to. I need to rewatch that show.
Man, I could name so many good HBO shows like The Night of, True Detective, The Wire.
The Wire. Oh,
fucking Deadwood. I mean, you could. Game of Thrones is my number one all-time favorite fucking
Game
thing
of Thrones,
ever.
House of Dragons, Last of Us.
I mean,
you can go down the list.
There isn't a bad HBO show. I mean, I don't.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. If you want comedy, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I mean, it's not shit that you've seen 100 times already.
And if you've seen it before, you watch it again. I mean, that's original shit. It's not like
Deadwood. Deadwood didn't even have a finish in its second season, and they were like fans rallied, and then they made a movie, and HBO has that movie, so you can watch the show, then watch the movie that completes the entire show.
Odds, Carnival, like I mean, there are just all Carnival. Amazing shows.
Man, dude, you're hitting me right in the feels. I remember those shows. I watched those when they aired. That's how old I am.
I own all those on disc because I love watching them so much.
Wait, you have physical media?
Oh yeah,
I do too. I love your. I saw your interview. I loved it when you said physical media. I was like, I have that too. It's a rarity.
I like that.
Tales from the Crypt. That was a good show. Remember Tales from the Crypt?
That was a
great
that one Spawn. The animated Spawn show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, Esteban got a question here. He says, "What do you think of the Evil Dead Red trailer?"
I didn't see the trailer yet.
I didn't see the trailer yet, but I do want to see. I want to see that. I'm looking it up right now. Actually, I want to see.
I've heard good things about it. I heard it's supposed to be really like in the same vein of the last one, just even darker.
I loved the remake, so I'm.
The remake was
this one.
I did I ever tell you guys the story about when I saw the remake with my ex-wife and how bad that was? We were in the theater, and it was like we saw the second to last show at the theater, and this family, and I'm not trying to be racist against my own people because Lord help me, I love my Hispanic people, but why is it you got to have your entire cast of kids, ranging from 7 years old, inside of the Evil Dead remake? Just letting y'all who saw that movie. There were so many scenes in that movie that could traumatize little kids.
Well, this is a perfect example right here. You remember that the Colorado Batman movie theater shooting?
Yep.
At the midnight release, there was people with newborn babies there.
Yep.
What the fuck did you have a newborn baby for at a midnight release
of a Batman?
Of The Dark Knight Rises? Like what?
That's why I can't understand why there was all, and then they ruined the experience for me. Like it was so bad that I had to go walk outside, and I knew the usher because he was at the school. I worked at the high school across the street, so he was the ROTC officer at the school, and he knew me personally. So I was like, dude, this is like ruined everything. Like these people with their kids. So he walked in there, saw them, asked them like, hey, I know you want to see this movie, but your kids are here. We're gonna have to ask you to leave. And they argued with them, and they kept ruining the experience. So he gave us free tickets to go see another movie, and we ended up going to see it again a different day. But man, that movie was fantastic as a remake. Fucking fantastic. Own that on Blu-ray too.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, I have not seen the trailer yet, but I do want to see that movie though. It's called Evil Dead Rise. Maybe that was a
Yeah,
typo. Yeah,
and they said it's supposed to be like a slightly different air. It's
yeah.
not the same cabin. It's in the same
Mhm.
forest.
Mhm.
And I like that they're keeping it in the same. They're creating a universe, which I think that if you're world building, which what we were saying as an original idea, that's what you have to do. You have to make these kind of movies a world build. That tell the story of what we're seeing. Like Last of Us. Last of Us does such a great job of world building. So if nobody played the video game, which I saw several YouTubers like, I've never played this game, but I have to see it. And I'm like, well, if you don't play the game, you get the world in like the first episode. You understand this shit.
Yeah, you don't have to play. You don't even have to. I mean,
you have
it's
to play
just-
the game to understand that the world is what you see, what you get.
I mean, the game and the fucking first episode like line up perfectly.
Yeah, and that's something we like. I
If you
know
overlaid them, you
Resident
probably
Evil.
wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, and Resident Evil. I know Resident Evil was was movies, but it wasn't a show like this. But it never
Oh,
really.
it was on Netflix.
Oh, was it a show? But
they did with the guy that was the guy from the black guy from John Wick, the guy that plays the front desk dude. He played Wesker.
Okay, I saw the movie, a couple of the movies, but they were terrible. They never really lined up with the show, with the game to me, because I was a big Resident Evil.
You had to watch the animated ones, the Japanese
Yeah.
ones. The CGI ones were all like the CGI animated ones with Leon.
They lined up pretty good.
They were exactly like I took the video game, put it into the movie, and like boom, that's that.
Yeah.
But with the Netflix show, completely not what I expected. It was like Wesker has 2 kids, and one of the kids is starting to turn.
Mhm.
So like you're watching, you're seeing it from different time eras. Like you're watching Wesker when he was in the military, and like how they found what the T virus was, to how they started making the T virus, and how Umbrella was having these these factories all around the world. I mean, it ended where you found out there was more than one Wesker, which I was like, duh, Wesker's clone, go figure. I mean, we all knew that in the video games. We played the games, but it's like they were like, the show was so terrible that Netflix was like, we're not going to even do another season. And I was like, man, you made me invest my hours to watch your damn show, and you can't give me a second season just to say sorry.
Then you end it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst when you don't even get a second season of something.
Yeah, I was kind of upset that Nosferatu didn't get picked up by Netflix or something. I really enjoyed that show. I enjoyed it. I like that show.
Do you know what show I actually really enjoyed was The Strain?
The Strain was awesome.
Yeah, I loved that show.
I'm mad that we didn't get another season out of that show.
Yeah,
there could have been like another 2 seasons, or you could have done like during the outbreak from a different perspective, because I agree with you. I love that it was Guillermo del Toro. I love that it was his version of vampires. So we got the Blade style vampire diseases.
Yeah, it was just different. It was just, I loved it. I didn't even watch it when it was airing. I didn't watch it till I hit Netflix, and I just binged the whole thing. And I was like, damn, why'd I skip? I'm actually happy because I like just binging shit straight through instead of having to wait a week. But yeah, I really loved The Strain. I wish they would have kept going with that.
I argued with my wife about that last night, about binging a show. Like, because it was like Wednesday, I loved it, and I watched it over the course of like 2 days. And my wife she had watched it before me, and she's like, you need to watch Wednesday. So I caught up. But she's like, do you happen to like it when it's week to week and sometimes where it skips, like when we were growing up? And I was like, yeah, I remember that. Like, it gave me that anticipation of like,
Mhm.
oh man, I'm gonna get like, I had to like rush to the TV and make sure I was there at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock to catch the new episode.
Yeah.
Now it's like you said, it's sort of like I'm kind of half in and half out with that generation. Like, I definitely
Well,
got one foot in the pool, like where I could say,
yeah.
yeah, I'll binge like Daredevil. You give me fucking Daredevil all 10 episodes, I'm with it to watch it all.
Yeah.
But then
It
I'm like,
depends. It depends on something like, for example, when Cobra Kai first came out on YouTube Red or YouTube, whatever, and they were doing one episode a week. I was like, shit, this is a half an hour. This is not enough for me to wait another week. So I'm glad in that respect for a 30-minute show that we could binge watch it, because I can watch that, one sitting, I'm done. Then I wait a whole nother year for it again, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Oh, they
But-
brought up 2 other shows.
Why the Last Man?
12 Monkeys and Why. I've watched Why. I like that one. 12 Monkeys, I
Why
just started
was-
that actually.
Mhm.
Why the Last Man was good. I think the comic book is way better because they did not stay true to the source material for the show. Because it got canceled because they didn't follow the source material at all. It's sort of like Walking Dead. They were trying to do like Walking Dead, where like Kirkman actually works on his comic book with Charlie. Oh God, what the guy the artist that draws Walking Dead? Like, he actually works. Kirkman works with him, so
Yeah.
he tells him like, "Hey, I don't want Walking Dead to parallel the comic book. I want it to spread out and do its own thing." Why the Last Man started like the comic, and then it branched out, and then it got terrible, and it fell apart. And that's what happens when you try to take a graphic novel and not follow the preset pattern that the author and the artist do. And 12 Monkeys, the
I
movie was
just
way
started
better.
12 Monkeys. I like it so far.
But didn't it get finished? Like, didn't it get canceled or something like that?
Probably. I know it's been out for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a few years. I know. I remember when it first aired on Sci-Fi, and
Mhm.
Sci-Fi has been there. Where are the good sci-fi shows? Like, I love Star Trek Discovery. I love like Obi-Wan. I love The Mandalorian. But I'm like, where are those traditional sci-fi shows? Like, I miss that. Like, we have not had like give me an Aliens show.
Did
Like,
you watch the what's the space
and
Lost in
Beyond?
Space? The new Lost in Space, the Netflix one? So
Yes, I love
That
it.
started
Yeah,
it.
that was
Yeah.
good. I'm so pissed they stopped at 3 seasons. Dude,
Well,
just
it's
keep
because
going.
they could have kept going, and they could have, because that whole thing with the robot being an alien.
They can
you
go
know.
as long as they want. I mean, I don't know. I swear, when they have something good, it never
Yeah,
lasts.
I mean,
Yeah,
I missed that.
That was a sleeper on me though. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, and I got sucked right in.
Did either of you?
Go ahead.
Did either of you ever watch the Frankenstein Chronicles?
I started that, yeah.
I never
I
started.
liked it. They only had 2 seasons of it, but then they ended it abruptly. But I liked it, and they haven't canceled it. Like, to my knowledge, they haven't actually canceled it, but they haven't said they're going to have a 3rd season either. So I don't know what they're doing. And
Yeah,
I
'cause
looked
what's
it
his
up,
name
and
was in there.
they don't know. That was a good show, I thought. I did.
Yeah,
I
that was
liked
alright.
it at least.
I just didn't finish it. I should finish it. I just haven't.
Yeah, and it sucks because it never really finishes, but it kind of leaves you like, But yeah, I don't know. They never actually said it was canceled.
Oh shit! I didn't know that he was in it. Sean Bean's in it. I have
Yeah,
to definitely
that's
watch
why I
it.
started it, was because he was in it.
You shouldn't look down like that and say, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's like,
boy.
no, I was like, oh shit, it's Sean Bean.
Oh
love
shit, I
Sean
do
Bean.
have one. Oh my god.
I am a real boy.
I am a boy. A real life boy.
Have any of you seen that show? I think it's called The Zoo, where the animals.
That was good too. But see,
Dude,
that's
that
not
one's
sci-fi.
really good. I love that one.
I
Dude, I've watched
loved
too
it
much
too.
fucking TV. Jesus Christ.
I've watched. I try to
See,
watch
X Files.
everything.
Like, see, Carlos is right. Like X Files. I need like a show like X Files. I need a show
Yeah.
like, what was it? Like Almost Human. That was another good one. Fox fucked up. You know, like I need a show where it's sci-fi, like what was it, Tech War? Which I know I'm dating myself as a Star Trek fan. If y'all don't know Tech War, it was a novel series written by William Shatner and WB, which was I forgot what they were back years ago. In New York, I know they were WPIX. They released the series, and it was like really short lived, but it was like a cop drama set in like a cyberpunk setting, and it was really effing good. And then they killed it.
Yeah,
Same with the Matrix too.
The
Matrix
first season of Altered Carbon was good. That was really good.
Altered Carbon, another good series. Like, why didn't they do they're making me wait? And I know they're changing the main cast. And yeah, you had Anthony Mackie right after he becomes Captain America. You know, and you had RoboCop, the dude that played RoboCop from the
like
reboot.
I like Anthony Mackie. I was just pissed that they changed the character up and stuff. I was like, man,
I like that though, because the whole thing of Altered Carbon is that the bodies are sleeves.
Yeah.
So like you could literally change the main character into like a male or female, and I think that that's dope. And I'm hoping that when they do like season 3, it's like a female character lead, like somebody famous, like Kate Beckinsale. Like she'd be perfect for a series like that. You know, like a limited series, or if you had to do a dude, Orlando Bloom. You know, he's good in and like I don't know if he does so much sci-fi. I picture Kate Beckinsale because of all the Underworld and all that.
I
stuff.
wish HBO would do like a what the fuck is the movie called now? What's the one with Harrison Ford? With the
Indiana Jones?
No, the robot, the artificial humans. I can't think. It's a huge old movie. And they just
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. I wish we'd get
Blade Runner's anime.
You
need to watch the Blade Runner anime that was on Netflix. It's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
and it does so well. And the comic series that came out recently was also really good too. I love Blade Runner. I grew up on the classic. I saw the original, and I have the 5 movie. So yes, I'm one of those freaks that owns all 5 different versions of Blade Runner, because there are 5 different versions, folks. Because
I love shit like that.
It's a great damn movie. There was the UK, there was the Europe release, the UK release, the US release. Then there's the US extended edition, and then the UK extended edition, and they're all freaking different. UPN was Channel 9. That was Channel 9.
Mm-hmm. I remember they had wrestling on that channel too, I believe.
Yep, that was SmackDown. Give me a second. I gotta get some for Peanut. Give me 2 seconds.
Go take care of Peanut.
Damn, we're almost at an hour already.
Yeah, I'm tired as shit today, man. Oh, I really am.
I just watched the new season of Vikings too. I love Vikings.
The whole season?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fuck yeah.
My ass would be numb if I sat down that long. It hurts now just from sitting this hour.
Don't take me long to finish the season.
What's that?
It don't take me long to finish the season.
What are they, an hour each?
Yeah, but they're less because, I don't know. Even if they are, it's like 10 episodes. Put that down in 2 days.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
Shit, if I got the day off, I can watch a whole 10 episode season in a day.
Dude, I can't anymore. Like, I get mad if I try to watch 10 episodes in one day. I was telling my wife I tried to do that with when Daredevil first aired on Netflix. I remember my ex-wife and I had a computer desk in our little underneath our stairs. I had like a little desk cubby. And I remember she fell asleep on the couch, and I was sitting there with my headphones on, like got through the first 4 episodes, and then I fucking passed out on my keyboard because it was like 5, 6 in the morning. And I was like, my old ass can't make it through 10 episodes, even if it's that good.
No,
I can get to maybe 5.
No. Even with a day off, I can't sit that long and watch TV.
Steven,
me and my wife sit there. Go ahead.
Oh, go finish.
I was just saying, me and my wife sit there and watch a movie. We barely get through the fucking credits, and we're falling asleep. I mean, I get up too early, so.
I think Gremlins would be a good TV series if they did it right. Like, I'd love to see it on like an HBO type.
Could we get like a darker version of Gremlins?
Even if like Netflix or Hulu did it, if they actually did it darker, I would love to see that as a series. I think
That
that'd
would
be
be cool.
awesome.
What if they did? Okay, I know that I'm talking to a biased crowd, and I think all three of us are biased in a good way towards this. But what if they did like a Predator TV series, like an actual TV series based on a Predator that's like, and it's literally you focus on like one. Each season could either be a different predator on a different planet hunting somebody different, or if you do it like the comic books and the video games where it was like the human girl that
I think
becomes a
if
predator.
they did a series, I think they should follow the comics. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with that for sure. Disney's
HBO
taking a
Max would
crack
do
at
a great
aliens
job.
now.
Well,
They're getting
Disney,
an
I think Disney's gonna do it, but if they do it because Marvel just bought Dark Horse's license because the license finally expired, I think last year. So they got Predator and Aliens, and they've done already two volumes of a new Predator series, of a new Alien series, where this new current series is like, what if the synths went, like the aliens went after the synths, like so the aliens are on a synth world, and the humans are using the synths to get to weed out the aliens, but the aliens are attacking just synths. So like the synths are now trying to rise up against aliens and humans. So it's kind of an interesting take on that dichotomy. And I know the new Predator comic book series is finished. It finished up like 2 months ago, and it was a girl that her whole family was killed, and she was the sole survivor. And the Predator that killed her family is still alive, and she has his ship and his armor. So it's definitely cool. I would love to see that. Like turn that into a freaking Disney. Turn it to a series because I like National Treasure. I like freaking Willow. Didn't love Willow. I liked Willow. Game of Thrones kind of ruined me for any fantasy show. No, I lie. The Lord of the Rings.
I haven't even finished that yet.
Dude, that series was freaking amazing. But again, if you didn't read the Silmarillion, a lot of people hated it because they were like, yeah, but I don't want to know about the fall of Numenor. That's a fucking book that he wrote.
All I want is
why wouldn't you want to learn about anything in the Lord of the Rings universe? I love
because there's fake fans. Not like us. They're fake fans. There's people that want to be spoon-fed everything. They don't want to have to do any lore building. That's why, like, Last of Us is perfect for anybody that's never played the game because you just go into the show. If you like Pedro Pascal, Game of Thrones, freaking, you got him in Game of Thrones. You got him in freaking Mandalorian.
I loved him in Game of Thrones. He was awesome in that
excellent.
show. I hated when he died though. But I knew it was coming. I was like, dude, he's fucking talking too much. He's talking too much. I was like, it's coming. And sure,
his wife was
grabbed that fucker and squished his fucking head.
Yeah, but see, again, it's why do we have these fake fans? It's sort of like, think of, I'm going to use Invincible, right? The comic book TV show Invincible. I've never read a single issue of the comics. I absolutely loved the first season, and I know season 2 starts, I think, tomorrow. Oh no, season 2, the trailer comes out tomorrow because we get Vox Machina season 2 tomorrow on Prime. So I was like, awesome, dope. You guys are giving me exactly what I want. All the fans of the comic book came after people like me because they were like, you're a fake fan. You don't know anything about the world. I'm like, but it tells me about who the fucking villain is. I didn't have to go anywhere else. Omni-Man was the fucking villain. It's like Invincible has his powers. It was cool. Season 2, they're saying we're going to get a whole bunch of new lore and world building for that. If I want to read it, yeah, there's omnibuses upon omnibuses. There's 5 omnibuses that thick to read Walking Dead. Or I could watch a TV show. Come on, folks.
I'd probably rather read the comics though.
Not me.
I would rather read the comics too.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the time, or you have a 2.5-year-old that runs around the house and grab a book you're reading and rip the pages out of it, and then you're effed in the A. So
Hmm.
Uncharted movie was not bad. A lot of people hated it. I would have rather it been a TV series, a limited TV series too.
Yeah, I wish they would have went a different direction with that movie because that's another video game I fucking just loved. I loved Uncharted. It was just an amazing game.
I swear, dude, if I have to pick any game that I'm a true fan of, that I played every single game till it finished, Uncharted is one that I picked up, played through. Picked up the second one when it came out, did all the multiplayer shit, platinumed it, got the third one, beat the third one, got fucking four, and then I got the Amongst Thieves, the where you play as the girl. Amazing game. People, if you haven't played those series of games, you need to. They're by far some of the best Sony exclusives you'll ever play.
That first game when the little, I guess you call it a twist happens, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You're just like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Exactly. Like I just love the game, how the game transitions. I love how the movie did a lot of that too. And I think the movie tried to play a lot on those little tropes from the Uncharted universe, but it didn't blow my skirt up. Like I didn't feel like, oh yay,
Yeah.
it was, yeah,
I would
I
love
love the characters, but
I would love to see a series off of these last two God of War games
oh
with
my
him and his
goodness.
son. That would
Yes.
be fucking awesome.
Boy. Just having him say boy, the amount of memes that would be like all the Boromir the memes we would see. Boy, because we did
Yeah.
get that too. Atreus is amazing as a character. I still haven't finished the first God of War, the new ones of 2018. I'm halfway through. My brother
Man,
beat the first one and he
fucking
beat
game's
Ragnarok.
amazing too. Oh, dude.
My brother beat Ragnarok already, and he's like,
Damn.
he's like, I'll buy it for you for Christmas. And I said, no. I said, I have a backlog of like 5 AAA titles I need to finish before I could even think about getting into God of War. And I didn't finish the first one yet, so I want to definitely finish the first one so I can play the second one because he literally says the game picks up where the last one leads off. And it's supposed to be this one is a 5-game series and there are only 2 games in. So, just to give you guys a heads up on if you're interested, do a little world building, do a little lore check-in. Definitely check out those God of War games. They're fucking awesome.
That's definitely one of my favorite games.
I
by
started
far.
playing that not too long ago, so I'm not getting too far yet, but
It's dope.
yeah.
The first time I played the one from 2018 or whatever, that first boss, that comes, you're like beating his ass, and all of a sudden his fucking health just goes. You're like, what the fuck? And you do it again. You're like, what? How many times are gonna go through this?
I think what kills me in this new one is in the first of the new ones from the 2018 release is the Valkyries. Those Valkyrie fights are so annoying. And if anybody,
yes.
when you have to go now, there's a side quest. These are not even main story things. If you finish it, it does affect gameplay. I will tell you this much from what my brother said. If you kill all 13 Valkyries in the first game, it affects gameplay in the second one. So
wow.
they paid attention to your game save, folks. So finish out, do all the. Yes, the fights are annoying because those Valkyries are assholes. Oh my god, I've only killed 3 of them, and I found them by accident. And each of those fights made me want to throw my controller through my TV.
Yeah, don't
I had
do
a
that.
couple moments I had a couple moments like that in that fucking game.
You want to rage because you have to have the right gear set up. You have to have because that's how they get you is you have to get armor sets.
Well,
And
they make
armor
you.
sets
They like to do this thing where they make you think you're just about done with what you're fighting, and then nope.
Oh, go into the mini game with all the buttons you have to mash to get the right combo. Because if you don't do that, they got you. You're dead.
But
Trust me.
amazing games.
But they're fantastic. I think they're visually. It's sort of like when you watch the Lord of the Rings series. It's like seeing how they made Numenor, seeing how they did Middle Earth, and how beautiful the landscapes were. I think that that's part of like that mystique, that fantasy, and I think that you need to do that more with TV shows. And if movies can get back to that, if we can get a movie that's like that, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it.
It is.
These hours
Well,
go
that
quick.
figures.
Well, that effing figures.
Yeah, well, that effing figures.
I'd like to start doing these weekly or during the week ones a little more often.
A little
This is
pop up.
definitely fun. Yeah, I liked it. I liked that it was just a completely random, you know, like nothing beats when your brother texts you and he goes, "Hey, you free tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's get on the show." I'm like, "Fuck it, why not?"
We're still gonna do it every Sunday, but I want to start doing these weekly ones, just random pop up shows.
Yeah.
It definitely is a lot more fun, especially when it's unscripted. And and like I said, I even asked them what the topic was earlier, and they're like, "We're winging it." And I was like, "Fuck."
We're never scripted.
Yeah, we don't ever really pick a time. I mean, there's like I'll have things I want to talk about, but half the time I don't even get to them because
and I'm not going to sit here and ask you how long you've been collecting. I don't really care. I don't really give a fuck. I just know you're collecting.
Fine.
I know what you like. That's not just you; it's anybody. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
the questions have been asked so many times already. I mean, come on.
What's that?
It's true.
I said those questions have been asked to all of us so many times already. It's like we already know.
I guess, I guess that's why I don't really care because I already know. So
exactly. Like we don't want to shit in our hands again and say, "Hey, eat some chocolate." We already know what we like, especially the three of us, and really Carlos and Steven and Dave that do know us a little bit better than the average Joe that knows what we collect, what we talk about, what we're into. So yes. I think this is a lot more fun to do, this sort of unscripted, just fun, just shooting the shit and laughing.
Bullshit.
Definitely.
Yeah, so Sunday we still have JB's toy trunk coming on. He was a little under the weather, but I talked to him yesterday and he's feeling better and he said he should be able to go forth with it. So he'll be on unless, between now and then, I hope not, but if he doesn't feel well, we'll work it out. Then the week after that, Nightmare Christie, and then
don't wait. Saturday before that was Saturday. You got you and me and Scott.
Oh yeah, well I'm talking about on this channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just preparing everybody else because they got to know what we're doing. Because,
feel free to go ahead and plug everything you want to plug. Go ahead.
All right. Well,
hit it.
I will plug the fact that my boys here, you need to check out their channels individually as well as their channels that they do collectively. I think they're fucking amazing. I love them, and not because they're my brothers. They're just two awesome guys that know what the hell they're talking about, and they have a good. They get some banger guests, and just they do the shit that you don't always expect, which I love. Tune in to our channel, my channel, the Geek, Suo's Geek. Geek Vault. God, if I can remember my own fucking channel, I'm half asleep. Suo's Geek Vault, so you can watch our Royal Rumble watch party because Scott, Joe, and myself are going to watch that, and I'm going to be happy because I'll be wearing my Cody shirt. I'm going to be having my Cody Supreme figure on my desk, and we're going to be watching Cody win the Rumble. And then we'll be having guests talk about, we'll be talking amongst each other, but with you guys in the chat, feel free to throw some ideas of who's going to win, who's going to be the entrance, who do you think is going to win, that sort of shit. I did post a video on my channel recently. I'm going to be scaling back a little bit on YouTube just because I want to spend a little bit more time with my family. So you guys will be seeing 1 or 2 videos a week from me, probably one definitely, but at least at most 2. The lives will be mostly like if my friends invite me onto a show or I have a guest that I decide to go live with. So that'll be how it's going to be from moving forward. I do know LeBron Fett and I are going to be, I'm going to be interviewing him. Joe and I just talked recently because I haven't had him on my show ever. Like me and Colin did one. Me and T3 did one. I've never done one with Joe. Joe and I got to get together, pick a day, and we're going to
actually, we had it scheduled and we both forgot that day. Remember that?
That's yes, we did. Okay, so that's how old men we are. We both were like, oh shit, we forgot.
I'm like, yeah, weren't we supposed to do something tonight? Oh shit, yeah.
we'll reschedule that so you guys can definitely come on, and it's gonna be pretty much like this format. I'm not gonna hit Joe with what he collects, some of that bullshit. We're gonna talk about other fun stuff, a lot of wrestling, because me and Joe definitely got a lot of opposing views when it comes to wrestling, and I love it. I love it because I don't like anybody that's gonna give me the same shtick, you know. So, but yeah, thank you guys for coming. Definitely check out the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Dre's Geek Dad is my Instagram, and you can follow me on Suo's Geek Vault. That's my YouTube channel. On Facebook, you guys can follow me under my actual name, Andre Saunders. But I'm actually less and less on Facebook. I'm more and more on Instagram. So hit me up there. And that's my spiel.
As far as this channel, this Sunday, like I said, JB's Toy Trunk, 9 a.m. The following week, Nightmare Christie at 7 p.m. That's a different time, so make sure you hit that notification button so you'll know. 7 p.m. Eastern on the 29th with Nightmare Christie. And then 2/5, February 5th, 9 a.m., Josh Pence. And then on 2/12, yeah, I know. I talked to him at ICCC. We had a great conversation. Me, him, and his wife. It was a fun time. He's coming on February 5th at 9. And then Geek Dad Life, Jay, he'll be on with us February 12th at 9 a.m.
If I'm not mistaken, they're actually local boys to me. They're Raleigh, Durham.
They are East Coast. I wasn't sure where on the East Coast, but you might be right. Yeah,
I think they're North Carolina boys because if I'm not
I enjoy
mistaken,
their show.
Oh yeah, they're hilarious. If you guys haven't checked out Geek Dad Life, they're definitely awesome. I know he does a toy review show, which is equally as funny. Definitely a banger of a guest to have on, and I'm gonna definitely be tuning in. So you guys gotta check it out. Check it out.
4 good ones in a row, man. It should be fun. So, 5 with you. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun coming up. Home run. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for tuning in. I know it was random and spur of the moment, but yeah, thanks for coming in. We had a good amount of people, and we'll see you Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern with JB's Toy Trunk. Thanks for showing up.
Later.
Thank you, Dre. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brothers. Thank you guys.